What have you seen from TCU's offense on tape so far?
Best offense that we've seen this year. I think their ability to run it and throw it and how balanced they are. I think it starts up front. They have a really good O-line. I think they have really good tight ends. I think it'll be the best tight end group that we see this season. I think the backs will be the best running backs. When we compare them to what we saw a couple weeks ago, I just think they're better in those areas. And then, quarterback play-wise, I think, you really saw last week just the amount of confidence and poise Morris is playing with right now, and the ability to get the ball out quick, ability to extend plays. And then they've got a lot of depth at receivers. So I think when you combine and look at them holistically, it'll be the biggest challenge that we have this year.
I know it's a different team, and you mentioned some of the differences, but does it help playing at a place like Oklahoma a couple of weeks ago to kind of give these guys a little bit of an idea of what that level of play is like?
Yeah, I think so. It definitely doesn't hurt. I think, these guys, a lot of our guys are used to going there and playing there, and so they've got that. But then for the other guys that are coming from other schools, they've played in similar environments. So, I think it definitely doesn't hurt. Obviously, the caliber of team we played, with Oklahoma is going to be the only team that we have that compares to what we're going to see in TCU. So.
Is there anything in particular in regards to the running game that you hope they take away from the Oklahoma game? And you said that TCU's maybe a more talented team in the running game, but what do you hope that they learn from that they can apply to this game?
Well, first off, they're going to make us tackle, and we're going to have to tackle in space, and we're going to have to do a better job of that. And that was an area we had to get better at. And just when you have good players carrying the ball, it's there's going to be a lot of one-on-one situations. We're going to have to get good guys down, whether it's in the box or in space. And so, I think just overall when you're playing, better caliber athletes, those one-on-one matchups are key.
Chandler's elusiveness that Devere kind of talked about, what makes it so difficult to defend? Because if something's not there, you can break down, take off, and is there anything you can take away from facing a guy like Dylan Gabriel earlier in the year when he kind of did that a little bit?
Yeah, I think similar. I think Chandler runs better than Dylan.
Yeah.
I think his kind of improv, and he's just his short area quickness is really good. Dylan could scramble, but really was looking to throw. And I think that's probably the difference with, as many snaps and hits as Dylan had probably taken at that point in his career too. Like, he was trying to distribute the ball, and if he didn't have to run, didn't want to, versus, Chandler's, got, springy legs, and he's, if the options aren't there, he's going to tuck it and hurt you, so.
Played without Crossley last week. What did you see from that safety rotation, and what are the expectations on him?
Yeah, he should be back this week. They just, it was a precautionary deal that they held him out. So, he looked good in practice today. So, I expect that, we can roll a good two deep with, CJ and Isaiah McGill, Ahmad, all those guys, Massey, get in there and being able to give us snaps. And we know they're going to play with great tempo, and, similar to what we saw with Oklahoma, so we're going to have to be able to roll and keep them fresh throughout the game.
When it comes to a big rivalry week like this, how do you kind of channel and focus all the players' energies, how excited they are for this game, and to making sure that they get the job done on Saturday? Yeah,
I think at the end of the day, we think as a staff, like, at the end of the day, we're going to have to play hard as a group. We're going to have to focus on the fundamentals, be able to cover, be able to tackle, and then, still is going to come down to no matter how much energy and how physical we are, and we're going to have to be assignment sound and doing our job at a high level. And I think the positive from the Oklahoma game, outside of a handful of plays in that game, we did a decent job of getting lined up and handling that pace for the most part. But we know it'll be a big challenge this week.
How big was finishing the game, getting that shutout, not giving up, a late touchdown or anything like that, just for a lot of different reasons for you guys?
Yeah, I think, for the guys, more important than anything, as a player, you're excited for our guys to be able to finish in those situations. In so many of those situations over the course of, time doing this, you get close and then they get 7 at the end, or, they get 3 at the end. I think, I've been in a handful where we've got it and then a pick six happens like with 4 minutes left, and you hate that for them, because I think for the guys it's an awesome feeling to know, hey, we went 4 quarters, and I don't care who it is, it's not easy to shut a team out, but that was the expectation going into the week. Coach did a great job of putting that in front of our team that we expected to get a shutout win, and you know, our guys went out and executed, you know, at a high enough level to do that.
Does it help at all having a guy like Jordan Hudson or Kyron Chambers, you know, just from an intel standpoint on certain players?
Not really. I mean, you know, I trust our staff and, you know, our coach's ability to, you know, try to figure out what they're doing, and so no, it hadn't really been an option for us this week.
I know it's 3 games versus the full season last year, but you look at the numbers as far as yards, points, everything, you guys are obviously trending in the right direction. How big was what you guys did in the portal, what you guys did with guys returning, and what you maybe, anything you changed that's really gotten the most out of this defensive group so far this season?
I think it's a combination. You know, I think our coaching staff did a great job of addressing issues and bringing in depth to compete against each other. I think our players did a great job to buying into the competition's going to make us all better. And then, you know, I think as a staff, we self-evaluated, hey, what are we good at? Where do we need to start from a foundation standpoint and kind of build it from the ground up? So, but like you said, we're 3 weeks in, still early. And, you know, we'll know a little bit more where we stand after, you know, we play the best offense that we'll see this season. But thank you.